Hello guys. I hope you all are doing well, and today's video is gonna be about the science fiction horror film, Cube. Let's get right into the video. In a pre-credits sequence, a man named Alderson wakes up in a mysterious cube-shaped room. He enters another red-colored room, but is killed in a gory manner as a thin wire mesh cuts him into cubes and he falls apart. The bloody mesh retracts to its original position. 5 different people, Quentin, Holloway, Worth, Levin and Wren, all meet in the same room. None of them know how they got here or why they are here, and also noticing mysterious sounds outside the room they are in. Quentin, who was exploring, warns the group there are rooms with traps in them. Levin notices metal plates with 3 sets of numbers etched into them. Wren, an escape artist of 7 prisons, theorizes that each trap could be set by motion detectors. He tests this by throwing his boot into a room, which initially works, but after jumping into a room, acid is sprayed onto his face, killing him. The group, horrified, realizes each trap is set by different sensors. Quentin, questioning the cube, believes each person was chosen specifically to be there. He claims he is a divorced police officer. Levin is a young mathematics student, and Holloway is a free clinic doctor. The nihilistic Worth describes himself as an office worker with a dreary life. Levin hypothesizes that the rooms whose plates have prime numbers on them are trapped. On their journey, they come across a mentally disabled man named Kazan. Holloway insists they bring him along, much to Quentin's dismay. Quentin injures his leg in a trapped room deemed safe by Levin. Tension rises among the group, as well as the mystery of the maze's purpose. In a fit of rage against Quentin, Worth admits he helped construct the cube, designing the outer shell, which is also a cube. He claims it was for a shady bureaucracy or company of sorts. He guesses that the original purpose has just been forgotten, and they have only been placed inside just to put it to use. Worth's knowledge of the outer shell's dimensions allows Levin to calculate that each side of the cube is 26 rooms across. This means the entire cube has 17,576 rooms in total, much to the group's shock. She realizes that the numbers may indicate the Cartesian coordinates of each room. Following the theory, the group travels to the outer edge, but realize every room at the edge is trapped. Rather than backtrack, they go through a room with a sound-activated trap without making any noise. Kazan makes a noise, nearly causing Quentin's death. Quentin threatens Kazan, then argues with Holloway, who defends Kazan. She insinuates that Quentin may be an abusive husband who likes young girls. The group reaches the edge, finding a bottomless abyss separating the cube from the outer shell. Being one of the lightest, Holloway tries to swing over to the outer shell, using a rope made of the group's uniforms tied together, with everyone else lowering her down. The cube starts shaking, causing everyone to accidentally let go of the rope, and Quentin catches it last second. He pulls her up at first, but drops her, letting her fall to her death. Quentin, becoming more unhinged, persuades Levin to abandon Kazan and Worth. He attempts to make a sexual advancement on her, but Worth attacks Quentin. Quentin beats Worth savagely, and drops him into the room below. Worth starts laughing hysterically, realizing they are in the same room Wren died, indicating they have been traveling in circles. Quentin is in horror. but Worth finds the room where Ren died in is now gone, now being at the edge of the maze. Levin deduces that traps are not tagged by prime numbers, but by powers of prime numbers. Kazan is revealed as an autistic savant, 11, who can mentally calculate prime factorizations. With this newfound knowledge, Levin guides the group to the edge cube, using Kazan's calculations. Worth then traps Quentin in the door, letting Levin and Kazan escape from him. When Quentin finds them, he attempts to harm them, before Worth opens the hatch under him from the room below, falling and seemingly dying. The group travels to the bridge room where they open the exit hatch, seeing a bright light. Worth, stricken by guilt, no longer wishes to escape. As Levin attempts to persuade him, she is killed by Quentin, who impales her with a hatch lever. Worth attacks Quentin out of anger, which the latter mortally wounds him. Kazan flees to the other side, and Quentin pursues him, but Worth grabs his legs, pinning him in between the hatch. The cubes start moving, splitting him in half. Worth, bleeding out, crawls to Levin's corpse to die next to her. Kazan wanders out into the bright light, his fate left unknown.